back in the 70s and 80s, John, like how many guys were doing what you were doing back then? As far as even just hunting for mature bucks in general, was there
Oh,
obviously there's far less probably.
no, hardly anybody, gun or bow. Almost everybody was just targeting legal antlered deer. There was, I sound like I'm complaining but I'm not. Now there's just a lot more 2.5 and 3.5 year old deer because tons of guys are passing up 1.5 year olds, and quite a few hunters are even passing up on 2.5 year olds, even in pressured areas. Obviously the TV guys, they pass on 4 year olds. They're hunting in a zoo. So, but regular properties, there's a lot more mature bucks, 2.5 and 3 and 4 year olds now than there ever used to be. Because everybody, including our million gun hunters back in the 70s, they were targeting if it had 3 inch spikes, it was getting shot. I mean, it was it was a war during gun season. It's totally different than that now. I can remember in 1978, I was gun hunting, and I was hearing so many gunshots that I started counting, and it was about 7:30. At 7:30, I started counting one Mississippi. Every time I'd hear a shot, I'd go one Mississippi, two Mississippi, three Mississippi. And between 7:30 and 9 o'clock, I never counted past 13 seconds before I heard the next shot. And the average was like every 6, 7 seconds, I'd hear a shot. And obviously I could hear shots for probably 3 miles away with high power rifles,
Right.
but
Boy,
still,
times have changed for gun hunters. I mean,
yeah.
at least here in Indiana, when I was a boy, I remember, you know, having experiences kind of like you were having, there where you would just be constant shooting all morning. And me and my dad were out last season together, and like, I mean, we counted maybe a dozen shots all morning. It's just we had to like reflect on that from back in the late '90s, early 2000s till now, how much things have changed.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. It's probably a combination of maybe um, maybe people just not trophy hunting now. Not being so.
There's a couple very strong reasons that's happened. Most gun hunters are older. Older guys don't bow hunt for the most part, and they're dying off. So they're dying off, and also a lot of gun hunters, since they passed full inclusion crossbows back probably 13, 14 years ago in just about every state. A lot of gun hunters are had converted to crossbows. So bow hunter numbers have came up, and a lot of that is crossbow hunters, and numbers have came down because older people are dying, and obviously that's part of it too. People are passing on 1.5 year old, and a lot of guys are passing on 2.5 year old bucks,
Yeah.
and also everybody everybody's controlling bigger pieces of property. The private properties nowadays are bigger, and they're totally, most people that own big pieces of land are managing them. So they're obviously not shooting at small bucks. Somebody may own 150 acres and they're managing it with food plots and stuff. And, they have criteria. If they have buddies that hunt on it, you got to shoot a buck that's X amount, either age or size. So, they may only kill 1, 2 bucks off it a year if they're
Hmm.
lucky. So there's a lot of things that have changed.
Yeah.
That's several of the reasons.
I didn't even think about that, about people having more control of more properties too. Like, I know several people that are wealthy hunters, and they just keep leasing more of the block that they own,
Whoa.
you know,
Yep. Yeah,
just
yeah,
just to protect their little piece of land, or not little, it's usually a big piece of land, but
yeah, and
yeah.
it's a great investment. I mean, it's awesome if you can. I can afford it. I just choose not to own property. I like hunting free permission in public. That's all
Hmm.
I've ever hunted in my life. But yeah, if you can afford it, land is a phenomenal investment. Also, you're not going to lose
Oh,
your money.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about leasing all the land around you, if that's a great investment, but
No,
just
that's a lot. That costs a lot of money. Yeah, you're right there.
just to keep other people from hunting around you, that
Right.
seems a little bit, I don't wanna call people selfish, but it seems a little bit selfish, but